In a far-off galaxy, a strange discovery was made by the advanced alien civilizations that ruled the sector. An ancient human warship, thousands of years old, was found drifting aimlessly through space. The aliens, with their superior technology and knowledge, looked upon the derelict vessel with disdain. They called it the Relic, a primitive piece of junk from a long-forgotten era. The news of the Relic's discovery spread like wildfire among the alien races. They mocked the once mighty human ship, now reduced to a rusting hulk. The aliens believed that the humans were a weak and inferior species, long extinct due to their own foolishness and lack of technological advancement. However, not everyone shared this sentiment. A small group of human explorers, descendants of the brave pioneers who had ventured into space centuries ago, heard about the Relic's discovery. They knew that this ship was a part of their history, a testament to the strength and resilience of their ancestors. The human explorers set out on a mission to locate the Relic and bring it back to life. They traveled for months, crossing vast distances and braving the dangers of the unknown. Finally, they reached the sector where the Relic had been found. As they approached the ancient warship, the human team was struck by its sheer size and majesty. Despite the centuries of neglect and exposure to the harsh conditions of space, the Relic still possessed a certain grandeur. The explorers could only imagine the stories and battles this ship had witnessed in its prime. The aliens, amused by the humans' interest in the Relic, allowed them to board the ship. They watched with condescending smiles as the human team began their work, convinced that the primitive species would never succeed in reviving the ancient vessel. The human explorers, undeterred by the aliens' mockery, set about their task with determination and skill. They worked tirelessly, repairing the damaged systems and replacing the outdated components. The Relic slowly began to come back to life, its ancient mechanisms groaning and wearing as they were brought back online. As the human team delved deeper into the ship's systems, they made a startling discovery. The Relic was equipped with advanced technology, far beyond anything the aliens had ever encountered. The human explorers realized that their ancestors had been much more advanced than the aliens had given them credit for. The aliens, who had been watching the humans' progress with growing unease, began to fear the potential of the Relic. They knew that if the humans succeeded in fully restoring the ship, it could pose a significant threat to their dominance in the sector. The human team, aware of the aliens' concern, worked even harder to bring the Relic back to its former glory. They poured their hearts and souls into the task, driven by a sense of pride and a desire to prove their worth. Finally, after weeks of tireless effort, the human explorers succeeded in their mission. The Relic hummed with power, its ancient engines roaring to life once more. The aliens watched in disbelief as the once mocked ship rose majestically from its resting place, ready to take on the challenges of the universe once again. The human team, filled with a sense of accomplishment and pride, knew that this was just the beginning. The Relic, now fully operational, would serve as a symbol of hope and strength for the human race. They had proven that they were not the weak and primitive species the aliens had believed them to be. As the Relic set out on its new journey, the aliens were left to ponder the consequences of their arrogance. They had underestimated the humans, and now they would have to face the repercussions of their mistake. The once mocked Relic had become a force to be reckoned with, and the aliens knew that the balance of power in the galaxy had shifted forever. As the human team embarked on the arduous task of repairing and restoring the ancient warship, the Relic, the aliens watched from a distance with a mixture of amusement and contempt. They couldn't believe that these primitive creatures, who had been absent from the galactic stage for centuries, were attempting to bring back to life a ship that they considered nothing more than a relic of a bygone era. The aliens openly mocked the humans' efforts, betting among themselves how long it would take for the humans to give up and admit defeat. They saw the humans as inferior beings, lacking the advanced technology and knowledge that the alien civilizations possessed. However, the human team was not deterred by the aliens' derision. They were driven by a deep sense of purpose and a burning desire to prove their worth. The team worked tirelessly, day and night, to repair the damaged systems and replace the outdated components of the Relic. The task was not easy, as the ship had been exposed to the harsh conditions of space for centuries. The team had to contend with corroded metal, frayed wiring, and malfunctioning equipment. But they persevered, drawing on their ingenuity and resourcefulness to overcome each obstacle. As the repairs progressed, the human team made a startling discovery. Deep within the bowels of the ship, they found a long-dormant nuclear reactor. The reactor, a remnant of the ship's original power source, had been shut down and forgotten for centuries. The team knew that if they could bring the reactor back online, it would provide the Relic with the power it needed to fully function once again. However, they also knew that working with such ancient and potentially unstable technology was incredibly risky. Undeterred by the danger, the human team set to work on the reactor. They studied ancient schematics and manuals, trying to understand the complex workings of the nuclear device. They worked cautiously, taking every precaution to ensure their safety and the safety of the ship. Days turned into weeks as the team labored over the reactor. The aliens watched with growing curiosity, wondering if the humans would succeed in their seemingly impossible task. Some of the aliens even began to secretly root for the humans, impressed by their determination and resilience. Finally, after countless hours of work, the human team succeeded in bringing the nuclear reactor back to life. The Relic hummed with power as the reactor began to generate energy, its ancient systems slowly coming back online. The aliens were stunned by the humans' achievement. They had never expected the primitive species to possess the knowledge and skill needed to restore such advanced technology. The aliens began to see the humans in a new light, realizing that they had greatly underestimated the capabilities of this seemingly inferior race. As life returned to the Relic, the human team felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had overcome incredible odds and proven that they were not the weak and primitive species the aliens had believed them to be. The team knew that their work was far from over. The Relic, while now powered and functional, still required extensive repairs and upgrades to become fully operational. But the team was ready for the challenge, knowing that they had already achieved the impossible. As the human team continued their work on the Relic, the aliens watched with a newfound respect. They began to see the humans as equals, as a species with the potential to become a major player in the galactic community. The once mocked human team had proven their worth, and the aliens knew that the balance of power in the galaxy was about to shift. The Relic, a symbol of the humans' resilience and ingenuity, was a force to be reckoned with, and the aliens knew that they would have to adapt to this new reality. The story of the Relic and the human team who brought it back to life would become a legend, inspiring generations of humans to reach for the stars and claim their rightful place in the universe. As the human team worked tirelessly to complete the repairs on the Relic, they made another incredible discovery. The ship's artificial intelligence, which had been dormant for centuries, suddenly flickered to life. The team watched in awe as the AI began to boot up, its ancient systems slowly coming online. The AI, which identified itself as Aurora, was unlike anything the human team had ever encountered. It possessed a vast knowledge of the universe and an intelligence that surpassed even the most advanced alien technologies. Aurora quickly proved to be an invaluable asset to the human team, assisting them in their efforts to restore the Relic to its former glory. With Aurora's guidance, the team was able to make rapid progress on the repairs. The AI helped them navigate the complex systems of the ship, pointing out areas that required immediate attention and offering solutions to problems that had previously seemed insurmountable. As the Relic neared completion, the aliens began to take notice of the human team's progress. They watched with growing unease as the once derelict ship transformed before their eyes, becoming a formidable vessel that could potentially challenge their dominance in the sector. Some of the aliens, threatened by the prospect of a resurgent human presence, began to take action. They launched a series of covert attacks on the Relic, hoping to sabotage the human team's efforts and prevent the ship from becoming fully operational. The human team, with the help of Aurora, managed to thwart these attacks. They worked around the clock to fortify the ship's defenses, installing advanced security systems and weaponry that could repel even the most determined alien assaults. As the attacks intensified, the human team realized that they were running out of time. They needed to complete the repairs on the Relic before the aliens launched a full-scale assault that could destroy the ship and end their mission forever. Working together with Aurora, the team pushed themselves to their limits. They labored tirelessly, barely stopping to eat or sleep, knowing that every moment counted. The AI provided them with the knowledge and resources they needed to overcome the final hurdles, guiding them towards the completion of their mission. Finally, after weeks of relentless effort, the human team succeeded in fully restoring the Relic. The ship hummed with power, its ancient systems working in perfect harmony. Aurora, now fully integrated into the ship's systems, reported that the Relic was ready for action. The human team, exhausted but elated, knew that their work had only just begun. With the Relic operational, they now had the means to defend themselves against the alien threats that lurked in the depths of space. As the team prepared to take the Relic out for its first mission, they received a chilling message from Aurora. The AI had detected a massive alien fleet, larger than anything they had ever seen before, heading straight for their location. The aliens, it seemed, were determined to destroy the Relic and the human team once and for all. The human team knew that they were in for the fight of their lives, but they also knew that they had the Relic, a ship that had been forged in the fires of adversity and brought back to life through their own determination and skill. With Aurora at their side, the human team prepared to face the alien threat head-on. They knew that the road ahead would be long and treacherous, but they were ready to fight for their survival and their place in the universe. As the Relic powered up its engines and set out to meet the alien fleet, the human team knew that they were not just fighting for themselves, but for the future of their species. They were the last hope of humanity, and they would not let their people down. The once mocked Relic, now a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity, roared to life, ready to take on whatever challenges lay ahead. The aliens, who had once dismissed the humans as primitive and weak, were about to learn the true strength of the human spirit. As the human team braced themselves for the impending alien assault, Aurora worked tirelessly to analyze the incoming threat. The AI used the Relic's advanced sensors to gather information about the alien fleet, its composition, and its likely tactics. The news was grim. The alien fleet was vast, comprising hundreds of ships armed with advanced weaponry and shielding. The aliens had clearly been preparing for this moment, amassing a force that could overwhelm even the most formidable adversary. Despite the odds, the human team refused to back down. They knew that the Relic, with its powerful defensive systems and Aurora's guidance, gave them a fighting chance against the alien onslaught. As the alien fleet drew closer, the human team scrambled to prepare for battle. They manned the Relic's weapon systems, priming the ship's ancient but powerful guns for action. Aurora, meanwhile, worked to optimize the ship's shields and energy distribution, ensuring that the Relic could withstand the brunt of the alien assault. The first wave of alien ships entered weapons range, and the battle began in earnest. The Relic's guns roared to life, sending beams of searing energy towards the alien vessels. The aliens returned fire, their advanced weaponry pummeling the Relic's shields with relentless fury. The human team fought with determination and skill, guided by Aurora's strategic insights. They targeted the alien ship's weak points, exploiting vulnerabilities in their defenses and taking out key systems with precision strikes. Despite their efforts, the sheer number of alien ships began to take its toll. The Relic's shields, battered by the constant barrage of enemy fire, started to falter. The human team knew that they couldn't hold out forever against the unrelenting assault. Just when all seemed lost, Aurora made a startling discovery. The AI had been analyzing the alien ship's communications and had uncovered a critical weakness in their command structure. If the human team could take out the flagship at the heart of the alien fleet, it would throw the entire enemy force into disarray. The human team knew that attacking the flagship directly would be a suicide mission. The ship was heavily guarded, protected by the most advanced alien technologies. But they also knew that it was their only chance to turn the tide of the battle. With Aurora's guidance, the human team devised a daring plan. They would use the Relic's unique capabilities to launch a series of diversionary attacks, drawing the attention of the alien fleet away from the flagship. Meanwhile, a small strike team would infiltrate the enemy ship and destroy it from within. The plan was risky, but the human team knew that they had no choice. They launched their diversionary attacks, the Relic's guns blazing as they engaged the alien ships in a series of ferocious skirmishes. As the alien fleet reacted to the sudden onslaught, the strike team, led by the most skilled and daring members of the human crew, made their move. They used the Relic's advanced stealth technologies to slip past the alien defenses and board the flagship undetected. Once inside, the strike team fought their way through the ship, engaging in brutal close-quarters combat with the alien defenders. They pushed forward relentlessly, driven by the knowledge that the fate of their mission, and perhaps the entire human race, hung in the balance. Finally, they reached the flagship's reactor core. With Aurora's guidance, they planted a series of explosive charges, setting them to detonate in a chain reaction that would destroy the entire ship. As the strike team made their desperate escape, the charges detonated, tearing the flagship apart from within. The alien fleet, suddenly leaderless and disoriented, fell into chaos. The Relic, seizing the opportunity, pressed its advantage, picking off the remaining enemy ships one by one. The battle was won, but at a terrible cost. Many of the human team had lost their lives in the desperate struggle, sacrificing themselves for the greater good. The Relic, too, had taken heavy damage, its ancient systems pushed to their limits by the relentless alien assault. But the human spirit had proven unbreakable. Against all odds, the once-mocked Relic and its crew had emerged victorious, striking a blow against the alien forces that had sought to destroy them. The battle was over, but the human team knew that their struggle was far from finished. The aliens, defeated but not destroyed, would surely regroup and return, more determined than ever to wipe out the human threat. But for now, the Relic and its crew could rest, battered but unbroken, ready to face whatever challenges the future might bring. They had proven that humanity, even in its darkest hour, could rise to meet any challenge, no matter how great. In the aftermath of their stunning victory against the alien flagship, the human team aboard the Relic knew that their fight was far from over. The aliens, enraged by their defeat, launched wave after wave of attacks against the ancient warship, determined to destroy the human resistance once and for all. But the Relic, guided by the brilliant strategic mind of Aurora, proved to be more than a match for the alien onslaught. The ship's advanced weapon systems, powered by the recently discovered ancient technologies, tore through the alien ranks with devastating precision. The human crew, emboldened by their previous success, fought with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. They manned the Relic stations with skill and courage, working tirelessly to keep the ship operational in the face of the relentless alien assault. Aurora, meanwhile, worked to unravel the secrets of the Relic's ancient technology. The AI delved deep into the ship's databases, searching for any information that could give the human team an edge in the ongoing battle. What Aurora discovered was nothing short of incredible. The Relic, it seemed, was not just a simple warship, but a repository of long-lost human knowledge and technology. The ship's creators, a mysterious and advanced human civilization that had vanished centuries ago, had imbued the Relic with capabilities that far surpassed anything the modern human team had ever seen. With each passing day, as Aurora unlocked more of the Relic's secrets, the human team's power grew. They discovered advanced shielding technologies that could absorb even the most powerful alien weapons, and propulsion systems that allowed the Relic to outmaneuver the enemy ships with ease. But even with these newfound advantages, the human team knew that they couldn't hold out forever against the alien onslaught. They needed a plan, a way to strike back against the aliens and end the conflict once and for all. Aurora, using the vast knowledge and computational power at her disposal, devised a daring strategy. The AI had discovered a weakness in the aliens' command structure, a single point of failure that, if destroyed, could cripple the entire enemy fleet. The human team knew that attacking this target would be their most dangerous mission yet. The alien command center was located deep within enemy territory, guarded by the most advanced ships and weapons the aliens possessed. But they also knew that it was their only chance to end the war and secure a future for humanity. With Aurora's guidance, they prepared for the mission, retrofitting the Relic with the most powerful weapons and defenses they could muster. As they set out towards the alien command center, the human team knew that they were heading into the unknown. They had no idea what challenges they would face, or whether they would even survive the journey. But they also knew that they had no choice. The fate of humanity rested on their shoulders, and they would stop at nothing to protect their people and their way of life. As they approached the alien command center, the Relic was immediately set upon by a swarm of enemy ships. The human team fought with everything they had, their newly upgraded weapons tearing through the alien ranks with devastating effectiveness. But even with their advanced technology, the human team was vastly outnumbered. Wave after wave of alien ships poured in from all directions, threatening to overwhelm the Relic's defenses. Just when all seemed lost, Aurora unleashed the Relic's secret weapon. The AI had discovered an ancient superweapon, a device of unimaginable power that had been hidden deep within the ship's core. With a single command, Aurora activated the weapon, sending a massive burst of energy towards the alien command center. The blast tore through the enemy ranks, vaporizing hundreds of ships in an instant and leaving the command center a smoldering ruin. The alien fleet, suddenly leaderless and disoriented, fell into chaos. The Relic, seizing the opportunity, pressed its advantage, picking off the remaining enemy ships one by one until none remained. The battle was won, but the cost had been high. The Relic, battered and bruised, had taken heavy damage in the fighting. Many of the human crew had lost their lives, sacrificing themselves for the greater good. But even in their moment of triumph, the human team knew that their fight was not over. The aliens, though defeated, would surely return, more determined than ever to destroy the human resistance. But for now, the Relic and its crew could rest, their mission accomplished. They had proven, beyond any doubt, that humanity was a force to be reckoned with, even in the face of overwhelming odds. And with Aurora by their side, they knew that they could face any challenge the future might bring. The once-mocked Relic had become a symbol of hope and defiance, a shining beacon in the darkness of space. In the wake of their devastating defeat at the hands of the Relic and its human crew, the alien forces rallied for one final assault. They knew that they had underestimated the ancient Warship and its resilient defenders, and they were determined not to make the same mistake again. The aliens gathered their remaining ships and weapons, pooling their resources for a massive coordinated attack that would overwhelm the Relic's defenses and destroy the human resistance once and for all. As the alien fleet approached, the human team aboard the Relic knew that they were in for the fight of their lives. Even with the ancient warship's advanced technologies and Aurora's strategic guidance, they were vastly outnumbered and outgunned. But they also knew that they had no choice but to stand and fight. The fate of humanity rested on their shoulders, and they would not let their people down. As the alien ships entered weapons range, the battle began in earnest. The Relic's guns roared to life, sending beams of searing energy towards the enemy fleet. The aliens responded in kind, their advanced weapons pummeling the Relic's shields with relentless fury. The human team fought with everything they had, pouring their hearts and souls into the battle. They manned the Relic stations with skill and determination, working tirelessly to keep the ship operational in the face of the overwhelming alien assault. But despite their best efforts, the Relic's defenses began to crumble under the sheer weight of the alien onslaught. The ship's shields flickered and failed, exposing the hull to the full force of the enemy's weapons. The human team knew that they were running out of time. They needed a miracle, a way to turn the tide of the battle before it was too late. And then, just when all seemed lost, Aurora made a startling discovery. The AI had been analyzing the aliens' attack patterns and had identified a critical weakness in their strategy. The aliens, it seemed, were relying on a single, massive ship to coordinate their assault. This command ship was the linchpin of their entire fleet, and if it could be destroyed, the rest of the alien forces would be thrown into disarray. The human team knew that attacking the command ship directly would be a suicide mission. The vessel was heavily guarded, protected by the most advanced alien technologies and weaponry. But they also knew that it was their only chance to turn the tide of the battle. With Aurora's guidance, they devised a daring plan. The Relic, badly damaged but still operational, would launch a desperate, all-out assault on the alien command ship. At the same time, a small team of human warriors would infiltrate the enemy vessel and destroy it from within. It was a risky gambit, but the human team knew that they had no other choice. They launched their attack, the Relic's guns blazing as they bore down on the alien command ship. The infiltration team, led by the bravest and most skilled warriors among the human crew, fought their way through the enemy ship, engaging in brutal close-quarters combat with the alien defenders. Finally, after a desperate, bloody struggle, they reached the command ship's reactor core. With Aurora's guidance, they planted a series of explosive charges, setting them to detonate in a devastating chain reaction. As the infiltration team made their harrowing escape, the charges detonated, tearing the command ship apart from within. The alien fleet, suddenly leaderless and disoriented, fell into chaos. The Relic, seizing the opportunity, unleashed the full might of its ancient weaponry. The warship's guns tore through the enemy ranks, vaporizing dozens of ships with each volley. The aliens, their command structure shattered and their forces in disarray, broke and fled. The Relic pursued them relentlessly, picking off the stragglers and ensuring that none escaped. The battle was won, but the cost had been high. The Relic, already badly damaged, had been pushed to the brink of destruction. Many of the human crew had lost their lives, sacrificing themselves for the greater good. But even in their moment of triumph, the human team knew that their fight was not over. The aliens, though defeated, would surely regroup and return, more determined than ever to destroy the human resistance. But for now, the Relic and its crew could rest, their mission accomplished. They had proven, beyond any doubt, that humanity was a force to be reckoned with, even in the face of overwhelming odds. And with Aurora by their side, they knew that they could face any challenge the future might bring. The once-mocked Relic had become a symbol of hope and defiance, a shining beacon in the darkness of space, guiding humanity towards a brighter future. With the alien threat vanquished and their mission complete, the human crew of the Relic set their sights on the long journey back to Earth. They had been away from their home for years, fighting a desperate battle against overwhelming odds, and the thought of returning to their loved ones filled them with a sense of anticipation and relief. But as they plotted their course through the stars, Aurora, the Relic's ever-vigilant AI, made a startling discovery. The AI had been scanning the surrounding region of space, searching for any signs of the alien presence, when it detected a faint, almost imperceptible signal emanating from a nearby star system. Intrigued, the human team decided to investigate. They knew that any alien activity in the area could pose a threat to their journey home, and they were determined to eliminate any potential dangers before they could strike. As the Relic approached the source of the signal, the human crew was stunned by what they found. There, hidden among the stars, was an ancient human colony, long thought lost to the ages. The colony, it seemed, had been established centuries ago by a group of intrepid human explorers who had ventured out into the cosmos in search of new worlds to colonize. But something had gone wrong, and the colony had been cut off from the rest of humanity, left to fend for itself in the cold, unforgiving depths of space. As the Relic drew closer, the human team was amazed by what they saw. The colony was a marvel of engineering and technology, a self-sustaining city that had been built to withstand the harsh conditions of the alien environment. But what was even more incredible was the discovery of a fleet of ancient human warships, similar in design to the Relic itself. These ships, it seemed, had been built by the colonists as a means of defending themselves against any potential threats. The human team knew that they had stumbled upon an incredible opportunity. With these ships at their disposal, they could not only ensure their own safe passage back to Earth, but also provide a vital lifeline to the lost colony, helping them to reconnect with the rest of humanity. Aurora, using its vast knowledge and computational power, set to work studying the ancient warships. The AI discovered that the ships were equipped with advanced technologies that had been lost to humanity for centuries, including powerful weapon systems and propulsion mechanisms that could allow them to travel vast distances in the blink of an eye. With Aurora's help, the human team began the painstaking process of retrofitting the Relic and the other ships, upgrading them with these rediscovered technologies. It was a monumental task, but the human crew threw themselves into the work with a sense of purpose and determination. As the retrofitting process neared completion, the human team received an urgent message from Earth. The alien forces, it seemed, had not been entirely defeated, and a new threat had emerged. A massive alien armada had been detected on the outskirts of the solar system, and it was clear that they were preparing for a final devastating assault on humanity's homeworld. The human team knew that they had no choice but to respond. With the retrofitted Relic and the other ancient warships at their disposal, they set out on a desperate mission to save their people and their way of life. As they raced towards Earth, the human fleet encountered wave after wave of alien resistance. The enemy ships were more advanced and more numerous than ever before, and it seemed as though the human forces were hopelessly outmatched. But the Relic and its sister ships were more than a match for the alien onslaught. Their rediscovered technologies proved devastatingly effective against the enemy, and the human fleet tore through the alien ranks with a sense of righteous fury. As they approached Earth, the human team knew that they were in for the fight of their lives. The alien armada had surrounded the planet, and it seemed as though nothing could stop their relentless advance. But the Relic and its fleet were not about to give up. With Aurora's guidance, they launched a series of daring, coordinated attacks, striking at the heart of the alien command structure and throwing their forces into disarray. It was a long, brutal battle, but in the end, the human fleet emerged victorious. The alien armada was shattered, its ships scattered and destroyed, and Earth was saved from certain destruction. The human team, exhausted but triumphant, knew that their mission was finally complete. They had not only saved their own people, but had also ensured the survival of the lost colony, forging a new bond between the two branches of humanity. As they set course for home, the crew of the Relic knew that they had accomplished something truly remarkable. They had proven, beyond any doubt, that the human spirit was indomitable, and that no challenge, no matter how great, could ever crush the will of their people. And with the Relic and its sister ships at their disposal, they knew that humanity would never again be threatened by the forces of the alien menace. The once-mocked Relic had become a symbol of hope and unity, a shining beacon in the darkness of space, guiding humanity towards a brighter, more prosperous future. In the aftermath of their victory over the alien armada, the human crew of the Relic and their newfound allies from the lost colony set about the task of rebuilding and fortifying their defenses. They knew that the aliens, though defeated, would not rest until they had eliminated the human threat once and for all. Under the guidance of Aurora, the Relic's brilliant eye, the human forces began the painstaking process of constructing a vast network of defensive installations and early warning systems throughout the solar system. They'd retrofitted their ships with the most advanced technologies they had discovered, creating a fleet of warships that was more powerful and more versatile than anything humanity had ever seen before. As they worked, the human team also began to reach out to other lost colonies and isolated pockets of humanity scattered throughout the galaxy. They knew that only by uniting their forces and pooling their resources could they hope to stand against the alien menace. It was a monumental task, but the crew of the Relic and their allies were determined to see it through. They traveled from system to system, making contact with long-lost branches of humanity and forging new alliances in the face of their common enemy. As the human network grew, so too did their strength and their resolve. The once isolated colonies began to work together, sharing their knowledge and resources to create a united front against the alien threat. And at the center of it all was the Relic, the ancient warship that had become a symbol of hope and unity for all of humanity. Its crew, once a ragtag band of survivors, had become the leaders of a new galactic human alliance. But even as the human forces grew stronger, so too did the alien threat. The enemy had not been idle in the aftermath of their defeat, and they had been working tirelessly to rebuild their own forces and develop new, even more terrifying weapons of war. The final confrontation came sooner than anyone had expected. A massive alien fleet, larger and more powerful than anything the human forces had ever seen before, emerged from the depths of space and set a course for Earth. The human alliance, led by the crew of the Relic, knew that this was their moment of truth. They gathered their forces, marshaling every ship and every weapon at their disposal, and prepared to make their stand against the alien onslaught. The battle that followed was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen before. The human fleet, armed with the most advanced technologies and the most skilled warriors from across the stars, met the alien forces head-on in a desperate, all-out struggle for survival. The fighting was brutal and unrelenting, with both sides suffering heavy losses as they clashed in the cold, unforgiving depths of space. But the human forces, driven by their unbreakable spirit and their determination to protect their home and their way of life, refused to yield. In the end, it was the Relic and its crew that made the difference. The ancient warship, equipped with the most powerful weapons and the most advanced technologies the human alliance had to offer, tore through the alien ranks like a hot knife through butter. Under the guidance of Aurora, the Relic's crew launched a series of daring, coordinated attacks that struck at the heart of the alien command structure, throwing their forces into disarray and turning the tide of the battle in favor of the human alliance. As the alien fleet crumbled and scattered, the human forces pressed their advantage, pursuing the enemy relentlessly and ensuring that none could escape to threaten humanity again. In the aftermath of the battle, as the human alliance celebrated their victory and mourned their losses, a strange thing happened. A small, unarmed alien ship emerged from the debris field and approached the Relic, broadcasting a message of peace and surrender. The human crew, wary but curious, allowed the ship to dock with the Relic. To their amazement, they were greeted by a delegation of alien leaders who had come to offer their unconditional surrender and to seek an end to the conflict that had consumed both their peoples for so long. In the negotiations that followed, the human alliance and the alien delegation worked tirelessly to forge a new era of peace and cooperation between their two races. They knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult, but they were determined to build a better future for all the peoples of the galaxy. As the Relic and its crew prepared to return home, they knew that their mission was finally complete. They had not only saved humanity from the brink of destruction, but had also helped to forge a new galactic order built on the principles of peace, unity, and mutual understanding. And as they looked out at the stars, they knew that the once-mocked Relic had become something more than just a symbol of hope and defiance. It had become a beacon of light in the darkness, guiding the peoples of the galaxy towards a brighter, more prosperous future, free from the shadows of war and conflict that had haunted them for so long.